Hey, it's Alex with Designs by Blue Star. Today I'm going to walk you through this budget spreadsheet. It also has a savings and debt tracker, subscription tracker, where you can enter in all your transactions. And then this is also, it has it by month and then a full year overview. As you can see here, let's go to month. Here is your income, housing, groceries, personal care, entertainment, shopping, transportation, medical, savings, debt. This is all completely customizable. Um, you can change these to whatever you want them to be. You're also going to have your overview, which is just for the month, and then your year to date. So if I was on February, it would show me what January plus February would be. If it would be for June, this would show me June numbers. This would show me June plus all the prior months. So you can see how you're doing for the full year. In order to change anything in here, you are going to want to go over to your setup tab. So here's your income. You can see here is income, housing, housing. So you can rename these to whatever you want. Let's say this person, they're going to get rid of shopping and they're going to replace it with kid. And then they're going to do daycare and formula. You can see now you have kid and you have daycare and formula. That's how this works. Anything over here you want to change your category there is what I'm going to call it. This would be your subcategory. Over here, I went through and just created some a kind of a place to start. You know, if you have categories and then subcategories under it, don't need to use them, can completely ignore it if you want to, but I thought I would do that just so if you needed some place to start. Housing, we're going to say mortgage and then repair. Here I'm just kind of making some changes so you can see how it works. All right, that's all that is to the setup. After that, it's easy. It's going to be set to 2024. If for some reason it's 2025 or you bought this and you need it to change, all you do is you go here and you change it to 5. And then the whole spreadsheet changes to 25. So that's how you can use this numerous years, as many years as you want to. You just go to the January tab, change it. All right, you're set up, you're ready. So now what we're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to go to your transaction tab. Well, you know what? Let's go to budget. So now that you have your year set up, let's go in here and let's budget. I'm going to go quickly through this. So you can do this for the full year at one time, or you can do it monthly. So in the month of January, before the end of the month, you could go in and you could do February's budget. So you're always 1 month ahead, whichever way works best for you. There you go. You can see I quickly went in, filled in the budget. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say our budget's done. We're in the month of January. Let's go and enter in actual transactions. So you enter in your date, your vendor. This is optional. I'm going to say it's my employer and I made. And then I can go and I can pick from my drop downs. So the items in your drop down are going to be what we did over here on the setup tab. Same thing that you're seeing in these areas. So I'm going to quickly go in and fill in some transactions for the year so you can see. I mean, let's say mortgage. I see the mortgage was. And so you can either select from the drop down, mortgage, or you can type in the word mortgage. All right, I'm going to go in and enter in some information. You don't need to sit and watch. All right, I'm back. As you can see here on the transaction tab, I have entered in a bunch of different transactions for January. So you can see how this works. You can see here your salary. You received $5,000, you budgeted $5,000. Your 100% progress is 100%. Your side hustle, you had $1,500, you received $1,500, you only budgeted $1,250, so you actually are over, which is great. You can kind of see here the opposite on utilities. This is actually good too, since it's an expense. We were expecting to pay $500, we only paid $334. This is also something you can use as the month is progressing to show you, you know, food and groceries. If you're starting to hit your grocery bill and you're already at your budget and you're at 100% or 80%, and it's January 5th, you might have some concern and think, hey, I need to really watch this for the rest of the month. Or it could be the opposite, where it could be, um, you know, January 28th, and you're have 50% left. You can think, wow, I'm doing really good on my progress. I'm really budgeting my money. Do I need anything, or should I save that and put it in an emergency fund? How I have this set up is for your budget and your actual. Have done it as a zero based budget, which means you are budgeting every dollar. So at the end of the day, you're going to take all your income that you expect to get and all the money you expect to save, and you're going to subtract income. You're going to take income and you're going to subtract expenses, and it should be zero. I did the same thing for your actual. So I'm going to say the end of the month, whatever was left over, I went down and I put it in savings. There's 10 different categories. You ended up spending $150 more than you anticipated, so it's showing you over 100%. You don't want to be over 100% unless you're in income or savings, possibly debt, because if you're over on debt, that means that you've paid more down than you budgeted, which is great. So, but then it's also debt, so that's not fun either. I'm going to go in and I'm going to move some stuff into February, just mainly so you can see how this works, but the rest of it works the exact same. All right, here is February. You can see I basically went in and copied in the same information for February, and then I added the budget, made a couple tweaks to it. As you can see, here's the February information, and then here is your year to date. So far, you have actually earned $1,300, and you've budgeted $12,500. So that's great. You're over on your year to date income. Down here, you can see your housing, you spent less than you thought you would, but your groceries, you spent more. You're 11% over your budget for food and groceries, where you're 6% over on the full year. The reason I'm saying 6% instead of 106% is because 100% would be if you spent exactly as you budgeted to the penny. If you're under, that means if you are under, like right here, that means you spent 14% less than you budgeted. Here, I'm roughly 6% less, 6% over what you budgeted. That's how that works. I'm going to show you now the savings and debt tab. It does tie into here. So you can see here savings, you have your emergency fund, debt, and student loans are right here. And so here's your savings, there's your emergency fund, here's your student loans. If you want to add anything else down here, you can come in here and say car loan, type car loan, estimated payoff, monthly payment, debt. I don't know. And here is if you're bringing this in, and let's say you are bringing in debt that you've already started to pay off. You either have the option of putting in your current debt right here and leaving this zero, or you could say, I have, 14,000. I have $20,000 loan, but I've paid off 5,000 of it. I mean, it gets you to the same place. This just shows your progress based on your total debt paid off. So if you do it this way, the bar is a little more accurate, but besides that, it's completely your choice. The savings part works the exact same way. And so you can come over here and you can see that vacation added as well as the car loan added. And then you can budget. Over here it says what you are budgeting, but you are able to budget anything you want to by month. So it's not linked to what your original payment is, because this is your monthly payment. You have a set standard payment you have to have. But over here you might be paying more. So it shows it, but it's not linked. This section right here actually tells you how much you have paid, how much you have saved by month, or how much you have paid off by month. Right here, it's telling you how much you have budgeted per month. And then over here, if you met your budget, what would be you'd have left at the end of the year. Here are some savings calculators. This one shows you based on these items how much you'll save. For example, if you have $1,000 that you're starting with, you're putting in $50 a month over 12 months, or 12 months, so 1 year, with a 2% interest rate. This is your initial deposit. This is your contributions, initial deposit, your contributions, and then you've made $26 in interest. This shows you how many months left to save. So I have a goal. I'd like to save $2,000. I have $1,000 saved. My savings goal is $150 a month. I've saved. It'll take me 6.7 months to get there. And then down here, you also do have some different debt calculators you can use. Just to, this one's showing you your monthly payment. It's a pretty simple calculation. It's not including escrow, but things like that. How long to pay off debt based on your interest rate, and assuming you don't put anything else on, you don't add to that debt. Here's a down payment needed based on your purchase price, interest rate, monthly payment, and length of the loan, and monthly payment to pay off whatever debt it is. The last tab I'm going to walk through is your subscription tab. This shows you, let's do Netflix. Your purpose is entertainment. Billing cycle monthly, cost $14.99. That shows you your impact. This auto renews, yes, because it's monthly. And then you can put a renewal date in here. Really, I would only put in the renewal date if you want it for an annual thing. With it monthly, generally you can cancel monthly. But if you have something where you're paying yearly and you need to get it canceled, that I would put in there. But, to each your own. Status, active. And then if you want to track your username and your password, don't use it as a password. It's not secure. Let's do another one. Let's say Hulu. Also for entertainment. This is monthly. I don't know what that costs because I don't have it, but we'll say that. Auto renew, yes. Renewal date. So here is where, if you have a list of all of these and you want to track, do I need to cancel something? Select need to cancel. Hulu's going to pop up there. And then it's also going to come here so that every month until you've canceled it, it's going to sit right there so you can look at it. Just a reminder, because I know sometimes, if I see things enough, I'm like, oh, I'm sick of looking at that, so I'll go do it. Same thing with your username. Username, password. Made it even harder there. This also, right here, is showing you the number of prescriptions you have by type, and then also your annual cost. So if I would have put this as, quarterly, it's going to take that cost down. It's going to say I'm paying it 4 times. If I'm doing it yearly, there it is. And this kind of just shows you in a graph how it works. So the only tab we haven't discussed is year. This just gives you an overall breakdown. It's set up down here, it's set up the exact same way. So you have your 10 different tabs, and then you have your same graphs that you have over here. And your full year is set up so you can see it the same as this. But here it just shows you on a higher level basis your income, your expense, your savings, your debt paid off, and what amount you have left over. Um, that's just if you want to see a quick overview, something to easily look at. It's right there. I'm going to link either a playlist or a specific video of me walking through using the spreadsheet for people with this. They send me in their budget information, and then I go in and I fill in 1 month for them and do some budgeting for them. And it walks you through kind of how I use this spreadsheet, and then also, budgeting tips of where I would suggest cutting. If that's something that interests you, click on it, and I will have a link to this in the description. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.